Hi there, welcome to The Last Grown Up in the Woods. I'm your host, Carly Fairbrother. It is spring today, it's full-on green stuff coming out, so it's really spring. I'm going to be talking about trail snacks. Those are the plants that are edible, and they're edible right now, so you don't have to take them home and cook them or prepare them. The first one I'm going to talk about is one of my favorite plants because it's very underrated and very overhated. So without further ado, might I introduce the one, the only, dandelion. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to eat some of the younger leaves. They're super tasty on their own. They're also really good if you take them home and put them in a salad. This one looks perfect. That one was really good. The other thing I want to do is I want to try this flower. I've eaten the flowers before in baking and they were really good, but I haven't actually tried a flower on its own as a trail snack. So, here it goes. That was actually really good. Even better than the leaf, I'd say. It wasn't bitter at all, and it was a little bit sweet. It would be amazing in a salad. The nettle is amazing. I'm probably going to do a few episodes on it later because it's such a cool plant, and it's super edible. Here it is. I'm not going to get into identification right now, but if you have any doubt, you can just try touching it. You can see those little prickles right there, and those are filled with formic acid. So when you touch them, especially if you were to go against their grain there, then you would get prickled with the formic acid. It would inject it into your skin and you'd get a little bit of a rash. It stings a little bit, it lasts a couple hours, but it's really not that bad. So I'm going to actually rub my arm against it and I'll show you the rash. So it does sting a little bit right now, but that'll go away in a few minutes. Then it'll simmer down to a dull sting. You may be thinking, Carly, why are you showing me nettles? Surely I cannot eat those raw because they're stinging and I don't want stinging in my mouth. I just actually came and wanted to show you a party trick that I have, and I kind of wanted to impress everyone. So that's what I'm going to do. They actually have raw stinging nettle eating contests in Britain or somewhere where they do crazy things. This doesn't always work on me, so if you want to try it, then I strongly recommend getting yourself stung with stinging nettle on like your arm or your hand or your leg before you try this, because if you did have some sort of allergic reaction and you got stung in your mouth, then that would be a very bad thing. I'm going to select a nice big juicy leaf. Now as long as you try not to touch against the grain, you probably shouldn't get stung when you pick this. The pads of your fingers tend to be a little bit tougher, so often you won't get stung if you are handling leaves anyway. If you're harvesting though, I still wear gloves. I'm not that tough. As I've got my leaf, I'm going to fold it over here because the prickles are much stronger on the underside. I'm going to keep on folding it again and again until it's just this wee little ball. I will take the wee little ball and I will put it in my mouth, and I will try to avoid letting it touch my tongue or my lips or the roof of my mouth. So chewing it breaks down the prickles so they can't get the formic acid past your skin. If you want to be really brave, you can just pick them and eat the leaf like this. It's a bit riskier, but it impresses people a lot more. That one burnt my mouth a little. Here's the rash that it produced. It looks pretty bad, but remember that I literally pushed my arm into it and rubbed it up and down the stem. This is Polypodium glycyrrhiza. Licorice fern is its English name. It is amazing because these roots here are sort of sweet and also they have very strong flavors. So I've just cleared this off a little bit. It usually grows on maple, but it really likes to grow anywhere that's mossy. And you can make tea out of this, or I can just chew on it like this. Now, I used to really love this. It's really strong for me now. Oh man, that's strong. So if that's too strong for you, you can just break off this bit, or bite it off, and just chew on the end of the frond, like this. The flower from the maple tree. In this case, it is the big leaf maple. And these are apparently very edible. I've never tried them before, so we'll see how this goes. Tastes like something green. Some sort of green vegetable.